I'm ready.
All right. Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
My name's Mike.
All right, today, now, almost everyone in the world's probably had this besides me, but I have actually never had the regular white label Jim Beam. I don't even think I've even had it in like something in Coke. I know you said you've had it, but I've never even drank it. So I figured they're involved in so many other whiskeys. I said, we got to try this. This is like their base level thing anyway. So Jim Beam's been one of the best-selling bourbons in the world. And since like 1795, there's been 7 generations of the Beam family that have been involved in the production of Jim Beam. So a couple fun facts. Up until 1880, they said customers would actually bring their own jugs to the place to have it filled up, which I thought that would just be the funniest thing to me, to bring it up there and have them fill it up from the still. Yeah, riding on the horse, exactly. And then 1880, they started bottling and selling it, and they actually was under the name the Old Tub. And then back in 1943, they switched it from the Old Tub to the actual name Jim Beam. So I've never had it. I know they have a bunch of variations of their thing, but it is still one
different
of
names.
Yeah, different names and different proofs and stuff like that. So I figured I have to try. I'm kind of excited to try it. I forget which one it was. I was watching something on there, and they're still winning awards. You know what I mean? Like when it goes into competitions and stuff like that. So be interested. I can smell it from here. It actually has a nice you could. No, is that just me?
No.
Maybe because I'm excited. No, you can definitely. It has a nice.
I can still never tell exactly what it is, though.
Well, to me though, I'm smelling. It's that. You getting a fruit? What are you getting for a fruit? What kind of fruit? That's the questions they always ask.
Well,
I'm not getting a fruit. I'm getting a strong scent of the vanilla, brown sugar right off the bat. That's what I get. Trying to see if I can get a fruit now. You put a fruit in my head.
Mm-hmm. Too bad it ain't coming out.
No.
I can't figure it out.
A hint of, and it had that in the other one. To me, if anything, I would say a hint of the banana bread. That's it. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like the oats again, like that oaty smell. So it almost smells like, like the banana bread, like your plate would smell with a hint of that. Like nothing screams like apple or anything. Sometimes they say like, oh, I can smell like a apple peel or anything.
Not like the mango.
It's certainly not like the mango, right? It actually smells delicious. I'll give it a try. Maybe it'll wake up my taste buds here. And what proof? I didn't even say. What did we look at that?
I didn't.
Because that actually had a little right in the front of my tongue. It had a little tingle. No, like a happiness. 40% alcohol, so 80 proof. It's only 80 proof, so that's why I didn't think I should be getting any of the tongue tingle. But it's still on the back of my tongue, though. Like I still have a flavor on the back of my tongue.
Back of the throat a little bit.
This one has a different taste than the other ones. This one
almost. This was
I want to say. I have like that. What we always say. What does the wood taste like? It has a whole different taste on the back of my tongue. I'm tasting like what I want to say is my barrel notes that we've been looking for.
I could be with you on that one.
That's exactly what. That's what I think it is a different. It kind of went away though. It wasn't a long finish by any means. But let me try a second sip. And usually you can get. I'm getting a lot of oats now. Like I get a lot of the brown sugar and cinnamon oatmeal.
We tend to after our first sip.
Yeah.
It seems to get to the top of the glass.
And again, it sat for a couple seconds, but that I get that. And again, I watch enough people. Nobody's really commented on it. And I don't know if that's not the barrel char. Because they say you should get like the nutmeg and the sometimes spices and chives and stuff like that, different things. Depending on the severity of the char. That is absolutely delicious though. That really has a nice flavor. It coats your tongue well. Like it's not waterish, as I like to say in the other ones. It like kind of stays on your tongue a little bit. It's a relatively short. The flavor goes down quick.
It's not a big.
It doesn't hang around. But I really like that though. I do. I actually. I can see why it's been one of the best-selling bourbons around. And again, not to crap on somebody that's behind us, but I certainly would buy this for $20.99 and spend $24.99 for something that was harsh.
It's still last on the list, yes.
No, yeah. I mean,
And I've
so this
tried
is
to go back and
this is $20.99. So you know what? In all reality, if you're going less money, that's cheaper than all three of them up there. This one's fighting with flavor. I think this carries a whole lot more flavor than, like say, even the Black Eagle. I mean, this is bordered. Evan Williams is, it's funny what people. It's funny when I watch, because I started this because I got hooked, and it's amazing how quickly the whiskey virus gets in your system, and you want to try all these things. But I mean, there's a lot of people that they look at like Jim Beam and Evan Williams, and they're like, yeah, that's cheap wild turkey. That's cheap crap. But you know what? They carry a lot of flavor with a short price tag, and good for people like this.
If you talk to like the everyday Joes, though, Evan Williams comes up quite a bit. It's the high end people.
But I bet it's like Evan Williams, like Bottle and Bond, or Evan Williams Small Batch, or just a black label. They like the black label. I haven't seen.
But again, a lot of the guys that I hang with, I got a mix of the two.
Daily. Well, yeah. Or you're like me that we're drinking it on the regular. So you want to buy something that's cheaper because when you're pounding through them, that's why I settled on the 10 high. It gave you the most bang for your buck. This really does give me a lot of the nut. It's almost like a nutty smell, like an oatmeal with a nut. I almost get now. Maybe that's why we got the banana bread, because she used to have like that you get that little hint of it, but she used to always put walnuts in it too. Yeah. We'll have to make it one time, so we can show you what we're talking about. Because, funny story, I went to work one time, and the guy's like, "You want banana bread?" And I'm thinking Ma's banana bread. She had cherries in it. There was chocolate chips in it. There was stuff. So I thought that's what banana bread was. And then I go to work, and the kid gives me banana bread, and it was like
bananas with
chewing into sawdust.
Black dots.
There was absolutely no flavor, no nuts,
nothing on the top.
nothing. And it was so dry. It was like, and it because hers was always super moist. Absolutely delicious. With cherries in it and everything. It was probably called a fruit cake, and we just thought it was a banana bread.
No,
it was so good. And again, if you know me from the other channel, you'd know I don't like sweets, but as a kid, that was one of the few when she made it. Because we always used to eat the bananas well before they were over ripened. But if we didn't, and we got a banana bread out of it, that was the best. But I got nothing bad to say about this at all. This is absolutely delicious. I'm just trying to...
I still haven't figured that out.
I'm almost getting like a...
Syrup?
Yeah. Now that you say that, I'm almost smelling like a walnut, like soaked in like a maple syrup. Like it's almost like with an oats.
Like maple syrup now.
Because at first it started out like I was getting oatmeal. It could be almost a maple, like almost like a maple, but it still has a nutty smell to me, and I don't know what nut it almost has like a nut that would have been soaked in like a syrup type of a smell vibe that I'm getting. Overall, drink's really nice. Goes right down. A bunch of flavor on the tongue. $20 for a $7.50. That's for a better end bourbon, flavor wise, that's a steal. That's a steal. Now it makes me want to try out the 150 other brands that they have affiliated with them. That's actually really good. That's why I wanted to do that one today, though, because I know we have other ones that are, subsidiaries to them, and I wanted to make sure we tried. But big question: would it take down the top 3 in your eyes? Off of memory, of course.
I don't think so. It wouldn't be far behind. I don't think it would take one of them over.
I honestly, that was going to be my vote. I just figured I would sound like I wanted to take it, but I really was going to do the same thing.
It'd be probably in the top 5.
If we did a battle of the lower end bourbons, like the money wise, I'm thinking this is going to be right there as far as one of the top ones. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it would beat taste. And I was thinking of that the other day, and you can leave a comment down below if you would be interested in something like that. But we're going to keep doing the top 3, what we think is the top 3. But eventually, like once every couple months, we might have to do a battle of the top 3. And maybe we'll see if we can get people to vote. What do you want as the 4th one out of our collection? And do the top 3 and see how they actually come in. And then, or if you think we totally screwed up and one of the ones you see in the back should be in the top 3, we can always do something like that.
Or
And do
add
like
it to the 4th. And then
add a 4th.
see where it goes.
Yeah, and see, who actually wins top 3 on flavor and taste. But I agree with you. I think this is going to go definitely a happy addition to the shelf over here. But I don't think it would take out one of those 3. I think they just had a little bit more of the finish. That little more of the mouthfeel, like the tongue tingle.
And no one likes to hear smooth, but this one does go down nice.
Like, yeah, it's an 80 proofer though, so you really don't even notice it.
Right.
Like it's. I'm thinking Brenda would like this best. I think it has a lot of flavor. Instead of the wild turkey, I think this is a smoother drinking with that flavor. You get all the flavors.
Not even the regular one. She picked 101.
No, she didn't try the 101. I don't think she tried. There was a regular one.
Oh, okay.
And I think this one had a better all-around flavor.
It's probably easier.
And right down. You know what I mean? There's no nothing on it. So, well, there you go. There is our white label Jim Beam Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Huge thumb up for me. This is absolutely delicious. Yeah. I don't think it takes the top 3, but for $20,
it would still for $20, and if you wanted to mix
it,
it would probably make a really tasty.
I don't know how much you would want to water it down, but I think it has enough flavor. It's not that Jack Daniel's punch in the face that would hold it through the Coke. I think it just has enough of the bourbon flavor that would definitely counter with the Coke and fight through. Yeah. It's not proof that would win it on this one. It would be the flavor that would run through.
And funny, the habanero one that we did actually has more of a heat going down than this does. But again, because it was the alcohol, but it was the actual habanero.
And that was only a 70%, I think.
Right,
I think that was and that wasn't the alcohol. It was 100% habanero.
But it had a feel.
It felt like you were drinking 100 and something, like a proof wise, but it was all the habanero.
Taste, but it was like a heat.
Overall, again, we've yet to find one that we were like, no, that's bad. Because you know what, I would buy this all day long. This is absolutely delicious. So there you go. There is our white label Jim Beam review. Again, leave a comment down below if you like it, don't like it. You can give us your opinion on that. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the dislike button. It really doesn't matter. Just hit any button you want as long as it's a button. And hit the subscribe, though, and ring that bell so you can get notified. And that being said, spend less, drink more. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers. That one's really good.